Thank you, Madam Speaker. Let's see. I listened to this bill in committee, and I asked multiple questions. And I'm not up here to ask you for a no vote. I'm just letting you know why I am a no vote, because people are going to vote the way they want, because that's what we do in this place. But because I was in committee and I asked direct questions about who occupies these beds and did not receive clear, consistent, or transparent answers, instead, I was given skewed numbers that did not align with my own research that I still don't have clarity on. And that alone for me is concerning, especially when we're talking about the lives of our young people and the future of our young people. This bill proposes to raise the cap on juvenile detention beds, a move that ignores the actual problem, our chronic underinvestment in community-based services and placement options for youth. In reality, between 2023 and 2025, the bed cap only exceeded 13 times and never by more than 6 beds. Meanwhile, 540 youth remained in detention past their release dates, not because they were a danger to themselves or others, but because we simply didn't have the necessary services to transition them out safely and successfully. Black people make up 4% of the state's total population, and it's problematic that based on research, Black youth are the ones that are occupying these beds more than anyone. And when I asked the question in committee, again, all I received were skewed numbers, and I will get back to you. And I don't have the answer right now, which to me is unacceptable. Here's the kicker. Each bed in juvenile detention costs the state $174,000 per year. And this bill proposes to increase that number, spending more public dollars to expand detention capacity while Colorado is in a budget deficit. It makes no sense to me. We are being asked to fund more incarceration at a time when vital community services, mental health services, education supports, and prevention programs are being cut. That is not just bad policy, it's a failure of our priorities as a state. We cannot continue to lock young people up while slashing the very programs that could prevent them from entering the justice system in the first place. If we have the funds to expand juvenile detention, we absolutely have the funds to expand mentorship programs, trauma-informed care, restorative justice, housing, and education supports. That is where the real change happens. That's where we break cycles. The Denver Post, although they are not my choice of newspaper, they recently published a troubling report highlighting the violence, trauma, and systemic failures inside our juvenile detention facilities that we cannot ignore. Increasing capacity in institutions plagued by those issues without addressing their root causes is not only ineffective, it's unethical. We are setting kids up for further harm instead of giving them the tools and support they need to heal and grow. I don't understand the sense of criminalizing our young people when we need to make sure they are rehabilitated and have the services that they need. Throughout this session, I brought forward several bills aimed at protecting kids and dismantling the school-to-prison pipeline, which will stop them if we give them the proper services from committing crimes. House Bill 25-1178 would have banned incarceration in schools, jailing our kids in school, causing them to have trauma and hurt people, killed, dead on arrival. House Bill 25, 1179, the digital media bill. We were just simply trying to make sure that our kids aren't getting harmful pop-ups in schools, killed. But we're talking about protecting kids. House Bill 1073, to lock people up that rape our kids instead of giving them probation, killed in committee, dead on arrival.
Representative
So how
English,
are we protecting kids? I'm
Representative-
to the bill, I'm talking about protecting kids. I thought.
Representative English, I want to give you some latitude, but please bring this back to how it relates to House Bill 1146.
Okay, it relates to
Thank you.
House Bill 1146 because we're talking about expanding beds for youth, which is not protecting them from crimes they're committing, because I believe we're contributing to those crimes by not passing essential, important policy. I don't understand what we're doing in here. These bills that I just named were grounded in prevention and protection. They were focused on healing, not punishment. And yet, they were killed. Now here we are just saying, let's expand the beds. We're going to need more beds because there are some tough criminals out here that are young people. But yet, we're criminalizing them, violating their bodies, violating their spaces, and all for what? I've said it time and time again in this well. We cannot just protect kids when it's convenient on a certain bill. If we're here to protect kids, we should be here to protect kids all the time. And everyone knows when it comes to me or when it comes to kids, all bets are off. No politicking. I'm about keeping kids safe 100% of the time, not just politicking on the bill or listening to what the lobby wants me to do. This legislator cannot say and do certain things in the name of caring about our youth while choosing to invest in incarceration over rehabilitation. House Bill 25-1146 is not the answer. It's a short-sighted fix to a long-term problem that requires meaningful investment in services, not steel doors and concrete. More beds is not the answer. Our young people deserve better. And anything I can do in my power, I'm going to make sure that they get better. Because that's what my district elected me to do. Not come up here and play games with the lives of our young people. It won't happen with me. They deserve access to opportunity, not just a bed, in a system that often fails to rehabilitate. And these beds are filled with kids that look like me. I urge my colleagues, vote no, vote your conscience, vote yes, do whatever you're going to do. But I'm going to be a hard no. And instead, commit to building a justice system that values prevention, accountability, and true rehabilitation over expansion and incarceration. I will not contribute in criminalizing our young people, especially the ones that look like me.